Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today, I wanted to try a little experiment because I started thinking about the Bant deck we did a couple days ago, and I remember doing a Planeswalker deck with Bant colors last season, and we really didn't touch on it this season, so I figured, hey, we have a couple new things to mess with and a new Planeswalker. How does this all look and how does it play out? Because I think this is actually going to be a low-key banger today, but we'll see. I don't know if it's going to hold up against all the different decks, and it might even struggle against mono blue, but there's only one way to find out. So let's hop into it and go play some games. Alright, as usual, if you'd like to support the channel, please remember to hit that join button down below. It gets you access to private polls, extra content that everybody else doesn't get, and you even can send me deck lists, we'll go over them, and they might even get featured here on the channel. But in the meantime, if you want to protect all your nerd gear, whether it's magic cards, comic books, sports cards, whatever, check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. You'll save 5% at checkout, and they will support the channel. Okay, so we're trying to accommodate a lot of different things with this build. Like, we have to play enough things so we have stuff early so we can get to the Planeswalkers and stabilize. And then it's how are we going to get to the finish line? Because we can't just have Planeswalkers. It's what are we doing in between there? But I think we filled enough of the gaps to make this work. So we're starting with 2 Destroy Evil. Still one of the better removal cards, and this is going to be 2 of probably 5 or 6 different removal we're going to play. But I do like this quite a lot, partly because it allows us to kill things like opposing wedding announcements. You can kill Fable of the Mirror Breaker, stuff like that we see in a lot of lists. And it's just good at killing big things like Shieldred, which will be a bit of a nuisance. Then we have Resolute Reinforcements. Now, this might look like a weird card to have in a Planeswalker-based deck, but the reality is here we're looking for more blockers again, and there are a couple of cards this works with that we're going to cross in a second. We're playing 3 Make Disappear because this card's just good, and we do want to have some counters, especially if you can hold it in hand around turn 5 or 6 and maybe stop an Invoke Despair or something from forcing you to sacrifice Planeswalkers. Then we got 4 Gallagreators. This is one of the cards that Resolute Reinforcements is really good with, because not only you can get the +1 and the treasure early, or likely +1. It's almost always going to be +1 in the treasure early, but late game, maybe we need to gain life and do some other things. And the best part about the reinforcements as well is that it's also flash, so you can play it during your opponent's turn, which is good against the mono blue decks because it gives you a chance to kind of force some stuff onto the table. Now, with that, we do actually have the Wedding Announcement, which again, we're playing white. We're playing a mid-rangey type deck, so this is pretty good and it makes a lot of sense. More often, we're just going to play to get the token more than we are to get the cards. Now, Broker's Ascendancy. This gives us something to do with all those little tokens and things we're making in the early stages of the game. But it does also put counters on our Planeswalkers. So when we get to our Planeswalkers, you'll see that we have combinations of things we can do that if we're able to put counters back on basically every other turn, we're going to have some really big effects here. Then Shana, Purifying Blade. Don't think Shana is huge here, but the thing about Shana is when you have something like Gallagreators or whatever, even if you're not attacking, because we have so many things that can make tokens and whatnot, we will still be gaining life. So we might still be able to draw just 2 cards a turn, even if we don't ever attack. But also some of the Planeswalkers gain life, so you could have turns where you're drawing 4 or 5 cards anyway. But yeah, I think Shana's the right card for this list. Then we've got 3 Wandering Emperor. Also, you could remove something and gain life with this, so there's 2 more life. But obviously this card makes a lot of sense, and we're playing Planeswalkers. We're going to play 2 Teferi, who slows the sunset. What I like about this is it does gain life, again, fits kind of the theme of what we're doing. But it does allow us to get creatures out of the way if we need to just get big attacks in. We could attack with something, say, with a big Shana, and then untap it and have it on defense as well, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, just lots of little things we could do with this, which I like. And we can untap treasure tokens. So if we end up making a treasure on that turn and we need an extra mana, or we want to leave mana up for, say, something like Make Disappear or Destroy Evil, that's actually a pretty cool little bonus, because the treasure that comes in from Gallagreators is tapped, and this allows us to untap it. Then we've got a Johnny, Sleeper Agent. Mostly here we're playing so many Planeswalkers, we're hoping to just play this and just keep creatures in our hand. We're almost never going to -6, but even just -3 to be able to pump our team to help us get that bigger attack through is going to be good enough as well. So yeah, we like what this is doing. We are playing 1 Spara just for extra S's and G's, as they say, but realistically, this can actually get us further ahead, letting us play cards off the top, especially if we've accumulated a lot of treasure that we're not sure what we're going to do with. And this is a card that's just hard to kill, and it flies. So we like it for a lot of reasons in this build. And don't forget, it also has trample, which is pretty important. Then we have one Elspeth Resplendent, partly just to give something flying or give something lifelink if we need it. But even -3 here on Elspeth gives us access to a lot of stuff. We can find Broker's Ascendancy, we can find Shauna, Wedding Announcement, like lots of good hits here. And honestly, a Broker's Ascendancy is pretty dope because then you just be putting a counter back on and you'd be able to do something again next turn, which is kind of cool. We have one Ren and 7, just because realistically later in the game, being able to just make a big 3/3, or if you have Broker's Ascendancy, being able to make a 3/3 every other turn or every third turn is actually kind of nice too. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm playing one. I don't expect it to come up a lot. We may not even see it this video, but you know, we're going to go for it anyway. Then we got 2 Tamiyo completed Sage. Now, what we like about Tamiyo is that Tamiyo just locks down their biggest thing. So we can keep attack, because we may not have huge creatures, but if we have a bunch of mid-sized things, tapping down even a big Titan or something could be really cool for us. So this could buy us a lot of time. And then if they have killed one of your earlier Planeswalkers, you go, okay, cool, this turn we're just going to minus, and then we're going to go ahead and get Tamiyo, or get something else back into play. Now, one of the things to keep in mind is you can combine Tamiyo with Wandering Emperor to tap something and then kill it. Kind of the same thing you could do with Teferi. So that's actually a really cool little combo. Or, you know, you could tap something down, you attack with a thing, and then you could also use Teferi to untap your thing. So now you got a clear runway to attack, and you also have a quality blocker. So lots of cool little quirky things we're going to be able to do. I'd be interested to see how this all lines up. And then to wrap things up, we have 2 Farewell, because if we have multiple Planeswalkers out, we can just keep those and get rid of everything else. We have 1 Iganjo, a Plains, Island, Adawara, Forest, and 4 each of Vatiker Waste, Deserted Beach, Overgrown Farmland, Yavimaya Coast, and Spara's headquarters. So yeah, that was kind of a bit of an explanation, but I kind of want to give everybody a heads up on what we're doing and why the cards work the way we do and what we're expecting to have happen. But anyway, let's go hop in. We'll play some games. And yeah, I'll definitely catch you at the end of the video, because I'm sure we'll have some say-so about what cards we want to keep or cut, or maybe something impresses us. Who knows? But anyway, go enjoy these games. I'll catch you on the back end of the video. Being on the draw, this one's actually kind of intriguing to me. We're going to keep it. I think it might not be correct to keep, but I really do want to test this one out. Now, against mono black, I may be just setting myself up for a struggle, but yeah, it's whatever. All right. All right, let's try to stop old Liliana. I'm not sure what I'm really hoping to draw here. I think that's my problem. I kind of want something to play on the same turn as Gallagreeters, I think is the issue here. Like Gallagreeters plus the reinforcements or something would probably be pretty slick, but... I mean, right now, though, we're probably going to end up just dying to Shieldred, the way things are going. We did not get what we were looking for. Very disappointing. Okay, so we're going to do this. Since we know that next turn we can at least Gallagreeters Broker's Ascendancy. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but it's an option. We're already so low on life, though. I think it's going to be hard for us to come back and win this. Alright, I'll just go to 8. Whatever. Like, I don't think I have a real shot here. Okay, well, that's something. We get to keep our creature, which is a little bit surprising. We need to get green and colors, blah, blah, this. So we don't take damage if we do this. Because we have green, colorless, green, blue, white. Okay, that's fine, I think. Oh, they have some type of removal card here. I mean, either way, if they go land into whatever, we still die. Like, so that's not any good for us. Into Invoke Despair. Yeah. We just had too slow of a start. They got us here. Oh, really? Alright. I mean, I'm down. I wasn't thinking we'd actually get to... Okay, so they just want to draw a card? Okay. That's not bad for us. I'm into it. All right. Hold up now. So how do... Okay, so we can attack. So we're going to gain 4. So that makes their attack a little worse. We can play this. You know what? We got enough life. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna play this, and we're gonna pay the iron price. You know, I'm down. And the reason being is if they do decide, we don't need that obviously. They decide they want to play. We can't pay anything here. Invoke Despair, then we at least have a Planeswalker sack, and we don't lose the extra life. So that's actually kind of cool. Ah, see? There it is. We're going to sack this. And part of me wants to sack... You know what? We'll take the thing that's going to make us more bodies later. That's the smart move. No matter what I want to do, that's the correct thing here. Especially since we're already drawing more cards. And boy, will we need it. Play this. We're going to draw... Thinking like, what's the best thing we can get? A Wandering Emperor? So let's draw 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what? F it. Let's just go 5. Let's just get the full value we can get right now. Okay, that's all right. We found a Resolute Reinforcements. Cool. That'll work. And we found a Make Disappear. So I go, okay. Here we were in a situation I thought we were going to be just dead, and boy, was I wrong. There's a Shieldred. All right, you get a Shieldred. Okay, let's kill a Shieldred. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, destroy target. All right. I thought I chose the wrong option for a second. Okay. This is working out. This Shauna's doing heavy lifting, y'all. She is hitting the gym hard right now. I am only going to draw 1 card so we can have Make Disappear and Enforcements up. All right, opponent conceded. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, we get to go first. Yeah, definitely keep this. Not like the most impressive thing, but, you know, maybe. This is going to be pretty difficult, though, against this deck. Oh, did the opponent get lucky and flip their Delver early? They did not. Okay. Man, I would like to have a Reinforcements so I can have something to play during their end step. Would be fantastic here. What are we going to try to do? What are we going to try to do? I mean, this obviously isn't going to work, but I'm trying it anyway. Yep. All right. I feel like we just got to make them play the counters. Maybe just get some better stuff out of their hand. Clear the path for later, basically. All right. We know there's a negate, so Wandering Emperor is going to have a bit of a struggle here. Ooh, they have no land and all answers, obviously. That's tough. That is tough. All right, we'll attack. I mean, not much of an exchange here, but the plan here is I'm really kind of hoping we draw an untapped land. Okay, Impulse. Well, things being what they are, I guess, you know, win in Rome. I mean, it's the opening we got, so we got to take it. I was going to try to do it during their end step and see if I'd get them to counter it with their negate and then try to stick the Shauna. But now it's like, okay, maybe we let them attack into Wandering Emperor. Then we minus, grow the Galagreeters, see if maybe they play something. You know, got to do what we can here. Oh, that's somewhat interesting when we try to play the Shauna next turn. Huh. All right. Well, we know this is going to die otherwise. So our choices here, it doesn't really matter. We make the 2/2 because making this a 3/3, we're going to get to do that anyway. I'm going to... You know, this is actually kind of tough because if I gain life and... let's get the treasure. I had the thought for a second that if we gain the life, there's a chance we could sneak a Shauna down and draw a card, but that's... feels like pipe dreaming a little bit. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Okay, they didn't have any more impulses, so I'm assuming their hand is either the 3 mana draw spell or just a whole lot of counters, is what we're staring at. Alright. Any chance... They did want to play Haughty Djinn. Look at that. Alright, well. This might have just worked out for us. Alright, and then we counter the negate. And then we get our Shauna, and then we get cards, and now we're back on the plus side, y'all. This is alright. We're gonna gain 2. Because we want to get cards on this turn. Alright, we will draw 2. Not a huge help, but it's something. Alright, they're going to draw. Probably looking for a bounce spell of some variety here. They did find land for more counters. We go to 11. Consider. We're not too worried about a consider, so that's good. Ooh, Teferi. You might be helpful. Let's attack with all this. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. All right. I'm going to go with this first because this is more important. And then we'll try this. I mean, they can counter Teferi. It's fine. Yeah. Not too worried about it. We'll spend this treasure and draw a card. Alright. Thirst. Sure. Maybe they're looking for land Djinn, because that would actually be a little bit of a problem. It is not land Djinn. Okay, that's good. We're going to attack with all the things. Alright, hopefully you don't have another counter. You probably do, but, you know, that's still 6, so you got to block here or bounce another thing. Alright. I mean, it's the play you got to make. Alright, they go to 3. We try, let's see, we'll try to recast this. Probably won't work. Unless they just have make disappears. Oh, they do, alright, so we'll gain 2. And go to our end step. Ooh, excellent. Yeah, we're going to draw 2. Man, Shanna's working, y'all. She is working. Again, if you can manage to get your threats under the mono blue deck, that's all you need. Just keep the threats going. There's a Haughty Djinn. All right. So now it's, can we gain enough life to stay alive? Oh, that is so big. That is such a big get right here. Wow. So opponent can attack us for 10, 11, 12, 13 in the air. We can go to 14, and then we have this for the Haughty Djinn. But if they can protect it, we die. Isn't this something? If we attack, they just block it. So we have to do this. Or at least try to. Gain the 2. See if Shauna lets us get cards. Looks like that's going to happen. They're going to consider. That's a problem for us. Because again, if they have something to protect Harijin, we're wrecked. Yeah, I think this is all we can do. Oh, man, that would have been good here. All right, they're going to consider again. That might be what they're looking for, just something to defend the Harijin here. All right, here's hoping. Do they got something? They don't. That should be it. Yep. All right, let's keep it. Hope we get an untap land here. All right, that will make it a little bit better. We'll play this, and we'll pass. Oh. I have seen some variations of the mono blue deck that are splashing black, so let's just see if that's what this is. See, you stopped the Essence Scatter, but I didn't really care about that card. I wanted this card. Actually, I really want Shana, but the reality is I don't know what removal spells they're playing, so, you know, we got to be a little careful about that. We're going to attack here, though. Alright, end the turn? Nothing? They want to thirst for discovery. Sure. You see nothing wrong with such things. Alright. So this may not even be that type of deck. It looks like it's just maybe blue-black control of some sort. If so, we may need to be careful about overcommitting here. So the opponent's very in a mood trying to counter everything we play, which is very interesting. Things being what they are. Do I just do this plus everybody? Yeah, let's try that. I mean, Teferi's nice, but let's just make pressure happen. Spread the love around here. We'll attack, get a card, and then get another duder. Alright, that's going to do it. Ooh, I don't think we can keep this. Too many unknowns to make that a viable hand. This is somewhat better if we could find the appropriate untap lane. But we are on the draw, so there's 2 shots at drawing the land that we're looking for. We missed on the first one. Let's see if we can do it on this one. Teachings, okay. Alright, that is an interesting looking deck. So it's like a Naya Midrange-y thing? Interesting. Oh, it's like a Johnny swinging his axe, or whatever that thing is. That's wild. I mean, I'm not blocking, so sure. That's all you. I guess we do this. I mean, if my creature dies, it dies. I mean, I can't do nothing to stop it. Or maybe they have their own destroy evils or something here. No attacks. I mean, this is it. Like, I got nothing special happening. Now, next turn will be a little bit interesting because I don't know if I want to play Falco or Wandering Emperor. Part of me says Falco is the correct answer. And then just wait it out a second. Yeah, I'll just take 2. That's not worth blocking there. We got more value coming. What you got for me, opponent? Farewell. We probably won't need that till later. I'm going to go with this. Let's go treasure. In case we decide we need to farewell or something, that's going to give us some options. It is cool knowing this is on top too. No attacks, really. Because, I mean, they have their own Wandering Emperors. Okay, do you have double Valor stance? If so, though, I'm still okay with that. If we get a twofer, yeah, great. I am not going to complain about that. Oh, this is nifty. Ooh, yeah, we'll play this off the top. I'll remove a +1 from this because we can just get that back and get another treasure. That only leaves us 3 mana. We have access to destroy evil. I don't think we want to do that. No attacks. I'm going to set up a situation where we're attacking with these things, and then if they want to use a Wandering Emperor on that, so be it. Because that's what it feels like, what's going on here. And we can just get more value out of waiting on the Falco as long as it just sits there. Especially if their removal of choice is Valorous Stance. They're not going to have a lot of ways to kill it. Oh, okay, there's one. Oh, it just destroys it outright. Yeah. Alright, so they had an extra Valor Stance. That's okay. They still have 4 open, though, so we do have to be a little careful about that. But we're going to start building bodies up here and be a little bit of a nuisance to the opponent. Up to you, though. You do what you're going to do, opponent. I mean, we could also Tamiyo straight up and just get Falco back. That's another real thing. So, like, we could attack with the Gallag Readers just to get them to use their Wandering Emperor, and then we just Tamiyo into Falco. Like, as much as I like the Wandering Emperor, it's not doing, or Gallag Readers, it's not doing a whole lot here. So that might be our play. Yeah, I feel like they do have a Wandering Emperor. Maybe they're just debating if there's some situation where they attack and, you know. Because they have Fables and whatnot, so I'm just going to hold on to this. I don't think there's enough value in that just yet. Okay, so if we go through with this, Wandering Emperor, get this. Yeah, I mean, we just got it. I mean, I have to assume that's what you've got. I mean, nothing else would make a lot of sense here. Really? Huh. Maybe they're just going to wait till the very end of the turn, I suppose. Alright. I mean, I'm just going to minus to get Falco because we get to put counters back on this, so... +1? I mean, it's probably going to die, but whatever. And there wasn't even a Wandering Emperor. Wow. Okay, then what the hell's in their hand? That's an answer. Respect. They're putting a shield counter and making a 4/4. Interesting. They didn't even want to try to get rid of our Broker's Ascendancy. Yeah, shield and destroying this would have been much better for them, I think. But to each their own. I ain't gonna tell people how to be.
You cannot delay.
And we'll just attack with this and this and this, I guess. I don't want to put Falco at risk because I don't know. I mean, maybe they really don't have a Wandering Emperor. We'll find out here in a second, I'm sure. Alright, well, I'm going to assume they don't at this point. I'm going to hold on to this because we can just bounce a token later. And now that's way more than lethal a couple different ways here. Invoke Justice, huh? Alright. That's a thing. I guess if I'd have thought about it, I could have got rid of graveyards or something, but meh. Opponent's at 10. They can gain 15, go to 15. I think we're still good here, right? I mean, we bounced their dude. We tap their other dude, and then we attack for more than enough, I think. Okay. So, do we just make a body here? I'm just making sure that, like, 5, 9, they would have 2 blockers. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't really matter.
May your blade strike true.
Alright. Cute is we could just get rid of enchantments as well to get rid of a blocker, but it doesn't matter.
Bow before Phyrexia.
Return that. +1 something. Alright.
Strike fast and strike hard.
So even if they kill a creature here, it should be more than enough. Any combination of 3 things is 10 damage. Yep. Not the way we expect to win with this, but it worked. Okay, let's go for it. I mean, these are all tap lands, so this is not efficient. We really are hoping to draw an untapped land next turn, but we'll see if it's there or not. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's go untap land. Let's go. No deal. Alright. Well, we'll be playing from behind most of the way here. Oh, especially with stuff like that. Alright. I don't know what we're going to do in this fight. I don't know how this really works out for us, honestly. Really would have liked to have had this down, letting us generate some action, but guess this means they missed a land drop? Nope. They have other stuff they want to play. Okay, that's actually not so bad. Like, that's limiting a fair amount of damage. That's okay. We can live with that. And this gives us a chance to get rid of that. I'm going to go ahead and save this Destroy Evil, because on next turns we could play this and this or whatever, so we have more options. Okay, Spirited Companion. Alright. Ooh, the other Destroyer. Okay, that's kind of nice. We ain't mad at that. Let's just +1 this, even though it's probably going to get exiled or whatever. We're not going to worry about that. In the turn. So they have the option of playing blockers or removing an enchantment or who knows what. Variety of things. Oh. Maybe they only have a borrowed time and they're trying to decide what to get rid of. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at all which way this is going to go. I feel like there are multiple choices here for the opponent. Good news is in this fight, Destroy Evil kills a good amount of the creatures that would be on their side too. I might even play this during their end turn, get a treasure. Ooh. Rite of Harmony. Yeah, okay. Sure. I mean, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do. I might still do it. Okay, we're going to get +1. And we're going to get treasure. And then we're going to chump black with this token. And Teferi shows up. Do you change anything? You let us untap a land, so we still have access to Destroy Evil. If we play this for just 3, we get to draw a card, possibly. Set up to double block, still could shoot something. -1. I think I'm just going to make a treasure, because I feel like that's kind of where we're headed here. And then Teferi, untap, leave up, destroy evil. I guess that's fine. Creature submit 0, and there we go. All right, no attacks. Yep, sure. Now, depending on how many opponents or enchantments the opponent plays, we will have situations where we can like kill this, it shrinks this, and all that stuff. So there's multiple tricks here when we're holding destroy evil. But now I think the opponent has to make a decision on what to exile. And there's also the reality we could then chump block and just get back that planeswalker, whatever it is. Like, for instance, I was going to say, let's say they wanted to stop Wandering Emperor. We could also just get that back and it would have been fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. Destroy this. See if we can get away with that first. And then I don't think I want to risk the Gala Greeters just in case there's something. I'm willing to do this instead. Because this feels like a little bit of a fishy attack. Like there's some flash enchantment or something that's going to come down anyway. And they were just seeing how I was going to block. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should have blocked with the Gala Greeters. Nah, see? This is hardly my worst feat. We were not wrong. We were not wrong, folks. Just let the record show. We were smarter than the average bear. I think I'm still going to get treasure here. And what if we +1 will attack. I'm going to destroy that, get the fairy back. Further shrinking this. The fairy now also gains us life, lets us untap that. Untap a creature, untap a land. And actually, I guess we could play this and put a counter on everything. No, we couldn't. We could do this and draw a card, though. You know what? I'm willing to do that. This is what we're here to do. Force the opponent to find cards to play here. Just say, you know what? If you're going to do the thing, do the thing. All right. Now we need to find a land. I mean, I'm assuming some of these are just going to get straight up exiled, and we're going to be chump blocking with this reinforcements. The plan here, though, is Shanna. Hopefully we can find a land, be able to draw 2 cards. Gaining life off of the Gala Greeters would be great. But we'll see. Alright, Paragon. Alright, good news is there's not really crazy things for them to get out of the yard, so this is mostly fine here, I guess. The only downside is these are things that if we kill, they keep getting them back, and, you know, there's that whole thing. Though if we're willing to give up the Wandering Emperor, we can use Teferi to tap down the Paragon and then exile it. So, you know, little crafty. Not the best preferred use of the cards, but does what we need it to do. Let's go ahead. Do we want that land? I kind of do, kind of don't, actually. Let's play this. And truthfully, I think we might do exactly that. We might actually give up the Wandering Emperor here. Actually, you know what? Let's do this first, because then we get more mana we get back. So let's make that a 5. And then the other one will gain the 2. Because I'm not going to draw 3 cards. Okay, let's tap. artifact 0. We will tap this. And we will untap that. And then we will minus. And we will kill that.
Until next time, then. You're done.
And no attacks. And we will take action and we will draw 2 cards. Okay, a backup Shanna's alright here, I guess. I mean, soon we get to start just putting counters on it. That's probably what we're going to do next turn with Ajani anyway. Just load everybody up. Opponent's got 3 cards. We've got 2. We have ways to draw more if it comes down. Well, don't have a way to deal with that now, unfortunately. That's going to be a thing. But we'll see. Maybe not. We'll see how this works out. I mean, I get it if you want to threaten me and make me block. I mean, you feel like you got to do something here, I imagine. What else do they have to play? Is that it? Yeah, everything else is too expensive. So if these die, they will get to recast them. Which would be a +1, 2, 3, 4 at a minimum. Not counting what's in hand that we don't know about. Boy, we're both going to be at a lot of life here. This game might end up being more grindy than we want it to be. Now, on the plus side, if we find the farewell, we can actually exile enchantments, and that would be really good for us. So that would be far from terrible. Now the question becomes, do we just plus a Johnny? Or do we just say, you know what? We put counters on some things and attack and just see what happens. Because there's a chance they would trade for a Shanna. I don't know if they would, but maybe. Because they might at least just block with that and get to recast it and try to kill a Teferi or something. That would be viable. Alright, let's... Sure. Let's choose that and this. And that's it. And we'll put 2 counters here. And I think that's fine. And then we will attack with just Shanna, I think. Opponent can do what they will with that information. Okay. So they want to hold on to their other creatures. Fair enough. Let's... We minus Teferi to 4. Is there a way that kills us if they don't draw another one of these? Probably not, and I kind of want to go digging, so let's go looking. Not bad. I'll take this. So we can play this for... I mean, I don't know. If we just lock down a creature, it doesn't really matter, right? So let's just do this for the iron price. Because then we eat up 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaves us 2. We can't really do anything with 2, though. I mean, we get to draw 2 cards, I guess. That's a real thing. All right. Yeah, let's play it anyway. And we'll keep that tapped down. We'll draw 2. Alright, finding some more land, which isn't bad right now when we have a draw engine going with Shanna. This also now allows us to get the Wandering Emperor back if we want to. Or a token copy. But let's see how the opponent feels about it. And we are willing to trade with Shanna here if they only make a 5/5 portrait. Depending on how this plays out, I'd be willing to trade with both, but we'll see. We have to be a little careful because we know they're playing this, which has flash, so that makes things a little bit weird. Right, they're going to get at least 1 card. Yep, there you go. What would you like to do here, opponent? Nothing and get more stuff? More token creatures? Okay. This sort of makes sense. I was wondering if they were just going to do this at some point anyway. So not real surprising. Thing is, if they attack with both, they get cards and not creatures. And they're only at 24, so we could start doing some real damage to them. I just have to decide if I want to play another Shanna here or if I want to keep the Galagreeters. I think we just do this. Because we have a backup Shanna. So I think this is the play. Knowing that they could recast one, but, you know, it's whatever. All right, that's an interesting card to have here. We're going to go ahead and +1 this because we can't do anything else with it. Oh, I was about to say we don't need this, but maybe we do. Nah, we don't. We don't. Let's look for something better. We get to lock down this flyer again. I think that's pretty important.
You cannot
Let's attack for 5. All right, they're going to block. Obviously, being able to recast whatever they want, draw cards, whatever, that's fine. We will go with this to be able to make another blocker. We will play Shauna and draw a card, I believe. Actually, we get to untap, so we might draw 2 cards. Let's make a treasure. Hold on. Yeah, and we'll gain life with the other one. And then Teferi will untap some things. Treasure, creature, land. In the turn, I will take 2 cards. We will get a +1. This will also get +1. Okay. We kind of got our little Rube Goldberg machine working now. We've got extra counters coming on Gallagreeters. We've got cards coming from Shanna. We're locking stuff down with Tameo. We're untapping 3 things at a time with Teferi and gaining life. We're about to play the Broker's Ascendancy. So we'll see where this goes. Opponent has a lot of mana and a full hand of cards, and they can do all kinds of things here. And if 2 of those are exile spells, or exile enchantments, it could be very tough here. Fortunately, we could produce 2 creatures and play a Broker's Ascendancy, possibly make some other things happen, and we have plenty of mana of our own. So while this looks very tough, it's not as scary as it seems just yet. Yeah, we assumed they were going to play that. Still likely just chump blocking with the 1/1 at this point, unless they force us to block with something else. Yep, this little 1/1, you have 1 lot in life, friend. They give it trample, they give it trample. So be it. Okay. They will get 2 creatures here, and one of those is going to flip. So we do have to be cognizant of that. Oh. Okay, that's a little tough. And there's still other stuff we could find that would be pretty good here, too. I mean, if we found maybe Elspeth for sure, like Wrenn and 7, make a big blocker. Alright, gonna exile Teferi. No, they got rid of Tameo. Okay. Interesting choice. Let's plus, see what we find. It is indeed another creature. Okay. Well, now that they've got a big flyer, how do we feel about this Teferi? Are we just digging? Alright. An Otawara, huh? Okay, we're gonna go with this, I guess. Okay, how do we want to use our mana? We definitely want to do this. Get a +1, get a +1. Do we have enough mana to do all this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nope, we'll be 1 short. So I think it's still worth it, though. And then we just do this. And, no attacks. Treasure, I guess. I mean, we're going to get bonuses here anyway. Sure. Alright. And this game's just silly right now. I don't even know, like, if the opponent wants to kill Teferi or Ajani more here. Honestly. And the gross part is we might get a lot of cards with Shanna. Oh, yeah, that thing's there. It does have trample, though, which is not an irrelevant thing right now. I mean, they could get rid of both Planeswalkers here as well. Though, they don't know we have a backup Teferi, but still. Wow, alright. All the Jukai Naturalists. So, spells basically cost nothing right now. Sure, you got it. You just get to gain a whole bunch of life here. Really, I don't even care. Like, we're at 42. I mean, we could take those 2 hits and barely be back down below 20, so it's whatever. Like, not enough to really concern us. You're not gonna not attack, opponent. I was gonna say, you played all those cards and you're not attacking? Like, what kind of ridiculousness would this be? You're not that afraid to get... I was gonna say, come on. You can't be that afraid to give up those creatures. That would just be silly. Wait, they're all attacking Planeswalkers? Yeah, sure, whatever. Like, I'm not even gonna try to throw anything. Like, why? Like, sure, you're gonna have it. Like, I'm not worried about that. Okay, now the question is just how much are we going to try to do here? We get to play at Teferi that's probably going to die to this thing because they can put any number of counters on that. Unless we just... Well, we do get to draw. I mean, we have a ton of mana here, too. What is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that we get to work with here. I don't even know if I need to play Teferi here. It's kind of the thing. We might just want to draw a crap ton of cards. Because we can just do this. Gain life. Gain life. Gain life. So that's 6. +1. +1. +1. And then if we Teferi and we do this, that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I actually want to be able to cast something that we draw, so I'm just going to attack. I don't even think we attack with anything. That's so weird, but sure. No attacks. In the turn, I'm going to draw 4. Okay, we did find a Wandering Emperor. All right. Now we have real stakes happening. Sure. We can almost create a situation where we guarantee we get to protect Teferi as well now, because we can Wandering Emperor, get rid of this. So then if we start killing things, we don't have to worry about them. And then they don't have a flyer, so then we can also just Elspeth these big things and start coming in. Man, this ended up being a ridiculous, like, 30-minute epic. I am so sorry, everybody. I mean, whatever we kill, they can replay with their duder first. Let's see if this even gets through and does what we want it to do first. Kind of like the first order of business.
Run away. You'll be safer.
All right. Then if that's the case, let's block with these here. And I'm just going to chump block with one of these here. I don't think we have to worry about doing much else. That's exactly 14, though. Do I have a way to... we'd have to give up something that's just better. I mean, problem is, when this goes off, I kind of don't care. I'd rather kill these if I'm going to kill something. 1, 2, 3. Let's block here. And if I'm going to do something else, let's just chump block. I don't even know if we need to chump block. We're at so much life. Forget it. Yeah, we'll just kill this. If they want to protect the thing and kill a bunch of tokens, whatever. Okay. And that works for us. We are going to Elspeth. And minus to see what we can find here.
I'll be on the front line. I'll be your shield.
Broker's Ascendancy, wedding announcement. I guess we got to take a wedding announcement. Sucks that the farewell went away, because that would have been cool, but it's fine. And then we're going to Teferi. Actually, you know what? I kind of want a full control. because I want to stack Shanna below these triggers. So those can mean we gain the life and we get to draw a couple of cards at least. And then we'll just +1, I don't know, Shanna, I guess. Actually, probably one of the tokens, because we're more likely to throw those away in a combat. And then we'll just untap something. Artifact, 0. Nah, creature doesn't matter. We're not attacking here. And untap a land. And then next. Next. No attack. Oh, I meant it didn't let me. It didn't. Gosh dang it. That sucks. I'm gonna have to change the settings to not auto stack. Because we didn't gain any life this turn, did we? Oh, we did. We did. We got 2 from Teferi at least. So that's fine. We'll take the +1 here. Treasure. Treasure. Alright, so next turn we get to start just getting in there and trading. But also we get to keep reloading the Planeswalkers fast now. So we get to keep adding 2 counters to the Planeswalkers. So we can minus Elspeth every other turn. We can ultimate Teferi. We can exile a thing if they attack here. This is about as good of a lockdown situation as we could put together in this situation. This took forever, but this is it. I think we're now closing in on the end game. Yeah, so I don't know if the opponent has a play here other than maybe getting another Paragon and replaying these after these die or something. Okay, they have a borrowed time. That's a good call here. I mean, you gotta get rid of one of the Planeswalkers. Oh, they're not. I would have probably got rid of Teferi. That's just me. That's an awesome card here, actually. So, do we want to wait to ultimate Teferi? Well, we're going to definitely wait till next turn. And then, what do we do after that? All right, let's do this for sure. We'll make a big creature, which again, we get to do this every other turn as well. And then we'll do this. Gain life. Treasure. Alright. Let's get rid of... I mean, the problem is we attack. They're at 65 still. It's just so dumb. But let's go ahead. Untap one of these. We'll tap one of these. We'll untap one of those. We'll use this. And we'll just slowly machine gun down their things.
My judgment is
And I guess we're just going to plus and just start getting this done one way or the other. With flying and attacking. Alright. Take action. We gained a bunch, so we'll draw however many cards we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 5 cards. Got 19 left. We should... Next time I'm just attacking. Like, it's whatever at this point. No need to cycle. Nothing else worth doing here. Excellent. This speeds up what we need to be doing. Tap one of those down. We are going to attack with everything. Alright. We even have a Wandering Emperor to give something first strike, so I'm pretty sure this is more than safe. This is an absurd board state, by the way. The funny thing is, we were never at risk really of losing the game after like turn 6. It just took a long time to get to the end because they also kept gaining life and stuff. And our farewell ended up at the bottom during one of our Teferi searches, which didn't help our case at all. I appreciate that they're blocking in a way to still stay alive and get another turn. I don't know what they plan to do with that turn, but it's whatever. So we've got 17 and 10 is 27 and another 9. That's 36 plus 14 is 50 plus another 19. So that's 69 damage coming through. No, and another 9, another 14. So it's 83. Yeah, they've got some blocking to do. I mean, we're going to minus Teferi and then we're going to get to untap all this stuff anyway. So let's... I should have +1 with one of these. The only real block we're concerned about is this. We'll do this. The one with just 3 we'll keep. The one that's being blocked here. Yep. Proceed. So much damage. All right, and yep, that was gonna be done. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to let me know if y'all enjoyed that grindy game or not, because I included it just kind of for fun. But yeah, I don't know. It was one of those things. I just thought it was neat, so figured we include it. But the rest of the games were actually really fun, really interesting. The cards actually worked out a bit better than I thought. Honestly, as it turns out, I almost wish I had room for a third Shanna, but maybe 2 is the exact right number. But because we have so many ways to gain life, it's pretty sweet because we didn't ever have to attack with it. And Shanna did so much work, way more than I anticipated in this build. So yeah, I'm looking at maybe finding a way to squeeze the third one in, but for now, I don't think I'm going to be able to. But if there's something you don't own or maybe you need to replace, try adding an extra one of those in there. I think it could be very good. I don't know if there's anything I want to replace, honestly. I mean, there's some odds and ends, like I kind of would have liked to have another Destroy Evil or maybe another Make Disappear. Would have been great. But overall, I don't think I really want to change much. It played very well. And we lost one, which I didn't put on camera because it was just like multiple, just color issues. We just didn't get much mana. And then another where it was another long, grindy one that I lost against Mono Black. So I just want to put that out there so y'all know it wasn't like it just went in and went undefeated or whatever ends up getting included. But there were those other couple of games. But yeah, overall, this was actually a pretty fun deck. I say go for it if you want to play it. And you like playing Planeswalkers, this could be for you. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Angus McKenzie. Mostly because this card on the surface looks very lame. You know, it's just a 2/2 and you have to pay 3 mana and tap it or whatever. And you could stop combat every turn, which is actually pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, that's a real ability. But it's on a creature that's very easy to kill, and it's also super annoying, so I really wouldn't want to play against it. But this card ends up being over $400, and mostly because it's from Legends and hasn't been reprinted and probably won't ever be reprinted. So it's not even that card is that good, it's just that rare. But if you want a cool Bant commander, I guess, to play, here you go. But it's going to come with a high price tag. Now, you may have had fun with today's video, but if you want to go ahead and try something completely different, you want to go back to playing a single color, check out this mono white Angels deck we had. It was actually very surprising and a little bit better, I thought, than the black white Angels. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.